Hello there, everybody. I hope you are doing well, and I hope life is going, and unfolding as it should. I hope that you are finding peace in your souls despite any other distractions and things that we all know are going on in the world. At the end of the day, we are all here for our soul's mission and our soul's purpose, and I hope you're feeling that. I hope you're feeling that vibe. So along those lines, I'm not on camera, so you know what time it is. This is your pick a card reading for the full moon in Pisces on September 7. It is also, as many of you know, it's a lunar eclipse, right? So big energy, things that could be ending, karmic situations that you could finally be ready to say, okay, it's time for me to put it beyond me or past me, move on. Spirit just said, move on to the next chapter. Like literally, what is the next chapter in your life journey, in your uncovering your soul's purpose? So that's the intention. I would ask you to agree with me on and set that intention. That's what I did as I was cleansing the decks and spreading the decks. If you are new to my pick of cards, I don't see these cards before I reveal them to you. It's just I use so many decks going into them that I meditate, I pray, I cleanse over them, and I do the piles face down so that you're not sitting there for 15 minutes just watching me get it together. All right, because this is big energy, you all. This full moon in Pisces and this lunar eclipse is big energy. Dream the dream. What is that next chapter? So they had me pull out some of my big babies here to share with you all. So today, pile number one, it's going to be if you are drawn to this citrine. And again, this, like, I can't even tell you how heavy these are. All right, but pile number one, if you're drawn to the citrine. For pile number two, it would be if you're drawn to this another heavy one. Like I'm doing my lifts, getting some muscle work here. If you're drawn to this labradorite, all right, gorgeous piece of labradorite. Alrighty, and pile number three. I've had this for many, many years. It's one of my favorites. A big chunk of spirit quartz. Okay, spirit quartz, pile number three. All right, okay, so I'm going to put 2 and 3 over to the side. There's 3 and 2. And let's go in, you all. If you were drawn to pile number 1, how are you being impacted? What is your soul's message for this full moon in Pisces, lunar eclipse, no less, right? Let's see what's going on. All right, I can't wait. So we start out with the 3 of Pentacles. They call it treasure in this deck, but that's Pentacles. So 3 of Pentacles, something that you're working on. Lo and behold, we have the moon that comes. So this is, they're telling you, dream the dreams. Your intuition, pile number 1, is probably going to be very, very strong right now, especially in regards to work or collaborations, things that you are currently developing and building with others. And it doesn't necessarily, they're telling me to back up a little bit off of work. It doesn't necessarily have to be a project or work or a career. It could even just be how you are building your relationships and building your communities and your connections and following your intuition around that. You have the Page of Wands, very lovely energy, because it says you're ready to act. Like whatever this desire that you're having to build with others, you're ready to act on it. You're ready to move on it. And you have the 7 of Cups. So you're just trying to figure out what your choices are. You're trying to be smart about it. You're trying to think about long term. I feel like that's another thing for many of you is you want to make sure that the things that you do right now, the people that you work with, the relationships that you establish, and the projects that you, really devote yourself to, that it's lasting, that it's something that's going to continue to bring you joy and make you eager to do it. You're at a stage of your life, pile number one, where you don't want to do things out of obligation, or strictly out of obligation, or because you're good at it, or you feel like it's what you need to do. It needs to matter to you at this time. It needs to give you that fire, which is also another reason why you may have been drawn to the citrine, is that fiery energy, putting that extra pep in your step so that you really enjoy. And I love, even in this Three of Pentacles in the center there's that, it could be a quartz, but it's got that fiery citrine like energy. All right, you have coming home. Also notice the color scheme in there. I see, I'm drawn to this yellow warmth. Coming home. You know, Again, thinking about the fact that this is not only a full moon in Pisces, but it is a lunar eclipse. It is a time of change and a time of recognizing what is no longer useful or necessary so that you can move on to the next thing. And coming home feels like this process for you. At times it may feel a little jarring, but it's also going to feel like, I don't quite understand all of this that's happening right now, but I know it's right for me. That's how this feels. It feels like you are, in fact, your soul is saying you're coming home to your truest self. There's something, pile number one, you are letting go of some layers, something that's happened in relationships, especially I feel with that Three of Pentacles. There's something that's happened in relationships that it's had a long-term impact on you. And it's affected how you go about forming your closest relationships. Some of you have backed off of doing that. Okay? But coming home says it's safe. Notice even in the image on here, the pairs of people on each of those bulbs, right? So this again draws me to the idea, or the inclination, that for you all, pile number one, there is a huge focus on your relationships in this full moon in Pisces. You have a deep inward journey. You'll be rewarded for the work. How can you alchemize your fear? A deep inward journey. So what are you working on, or what have you had to work on to release the fear? And that is another area of, and the choices that you've been making around that, like whether it meant doing more spiritual work, whether it meant exercising more, whether it meant reading certain materials, whatever choices that you have been making, it is work, but it is an inner journey. And notice too, this is a lunar eclipse ruled by the moon. We got a solar eclipse coming later in September, more active, but this is feminine. This is intuitive. This is what's happening in your inner self, in your subconscious, in that innermost part of you. So that journey that you're taking, coming home to yourself, your truest self, being okay with saying, this group of people, or this job, or this relationship, or this way that I've been doing things, it's okay. It's gotten me this far. But that Page of Wands saying, but there's got to be more. And that inner journey to find what that more is. That's that Seven of Cups. Understanding that you have options. You're not limited. You have options. You've got the sun. All right, pile number one. Again, all of this warmth that's showing up for you. You've got the sun and those sunflowers. Success. Being successful in your efforts. Coming home to yourself because you recognize that you're part of your deepest success, part of your proudest achievement is yourself. It is in how you have grown, what you have learned, how you've made adjustments and adapted to different circumstances, how you've learned to stand your own ground and pay attention to your intuition. There's a thunder drum that comes for you. Look at that. That is power within the spirit realm. That is the power of your soul, pile number one. That is the power of that inner fire that you possess. And it's like this coming home is like you calling out to that deepest part of yourself and saying, I'm ready for what's next. I am so ready for the next chapter. And who wants to come along can come along. But if I need to switch up some things, I'm looking at my choices. I'm evaluating what my choices are. And it's all a good thing with that sun coming. Your soul is saying, yes, it's time. Let's bring it on. Let's beat the drum. Let's get ready to go. You have spirit guardian of winter and a retreat. Now, noticing this is happening in September if you're in the US, depending if where you are in the seasons. So there's a timing element here, Spirit is saying, where the preparing for winter, this eclipse, there is a how do I want to say it? There's a deeper connection and peace that you're going to feel between now, even though right now everything might feel really hectic, and even in a good way, calling in that thunder drum, boom, 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 like I'm ready, let's go, let's do it, like something different happening that you're ready to tackle, switching up how you've been living your life, just really ready for that next chapter. And then by winter, there's almost like a peace that you've achieved with that. There's a sense of, okay, I can breathe now. I did a lot of the work that was required of me, and now I'm ready to just sit back and breathe a little bit. You've got the Selkie coming out of hiding and embracing who you really are. Look at that. Talk about coming home to yourself, right? Talking about that deep inward journey that you got. And now there's this tremendous and all things going back to this moon pile number one, there's this tremendous unveiling is the word Spirit just gave me for you all. It's almost like you're ready to stand in a mirror and go, woo, okay, I never saw myself quite at this angle before. You know what I'm saying? It's like this coming out of hiding and coming home to yourself. If you have really been trying to fit in, pile number one, and we all do it, like that, it's how we're conditioned. So whether this is, and going back to that three of, this collaboration here, three of treasure or three of pentacles, if you've been really working and spent a lot of effort in your life to fit in a corporate culture, within your family, you could feel like, the lone sheep or whatever in your family, in your communities, in your relationships. For some of you, this is even in your faith community, where you have learned how to become a part of that community. But now it's a time for the community to adjust to you. That's it. It's you realizing, okay, I learned all of these things by having this career, by being in this relationship, by being a parent, by taking care of my pets or my garden or my home, by traveling. I've learned all of these things about the world around me, and now you're ready to do this deep inward journey and calling yourself home to your own soul, because this eclipse is revealing a whole side of you, pile number one, that I don't know you've been aware of all this time. You've got all the shoes fell from the sky. I love that. All the shoes fell from the sky. In other words, thinking about the connection, waiting for the other shoe to drop, right? What a time, but not in a threatening way. Look, that's celebratory. So this eclipse, this full moon in Pisces for you really is all the shoes, like the pieces coming together. Remember how Spirit was just saying a moment ago, you looking in the mirror and realizing, wow, I never saw that part of me before. I never looked at myself from that angle. I didn't realize this about myself. That's all the shoes falling from the sky. It's like revelation after revelation after revelation. But by the winter time, you've settled into that. You're like, yeah, I do love to cook. Or I don't want to cook anymore. I'm okay with getting takeout. Or yeah, I love, my hair this color. Or I love being physically fit, or whatever that is. I love people. I love jazz. I love classical music. Like, all of the things, that's all the shoes falling from the sky, where you're going through this incredible time of rediscovery. And it just lights you up. It just literally lights you up. Believe in your good luck. Wow, with some Sagittarius energy. Believe in your good luck, pile number one. The shoe, that's why, thank you, Spirit, because I didn't see this. I don't look at these, and well, I'm over here until I'm ready to pull. And I knew when I saw the shoes falling from the sky, it wasn't a bad thing. You know, we always waiting for the other shoe to drop, like it's something gonna, clonk us on top of the head. But but that's not what's happening here. This is good luck. The sun, come on. This is good luck. The thunder drum. This is your soul saying, I am ready. I am ready to show you and reveal to you this incredible part of yourself that you're capable of, things you're ready to do, people you're ready to meet, places you're ready to go. All of those things that perhaps you had not considered before. There are numbers that come up here for you. Your angels could be whispering numbers in your ear. They're special messages. So pay attention, pile number one. We know about angel messages. You may see repeating numbers. You may see it on a clock, on a phone, on license plates, right? Anywhere, any number of ways that repeating numbers can, even in your dreams. But notice and pay attention, especially pile number one, to repeating numbers that you get, especially between now and winter. I keep going back to it. There's a time frame here. There's a bridge, like a three or 4 month bridge for you all. So pay attention to repeating numbers. You have a message for you here. And it says, maybe it's just a story you're telling yourself. Notice what you say to yourself and others. You have the power to change the story. Whoa, let me hold that up close in case you want to screenshot that. You got the power to change the story. And that's the coming home to yourself. That's the story. What have you been telling others, or what have you been absorbing from what others, going back to that 3 of Pentacles, from what others have been telling you? How have the experiences you've lived so far become your whole reality, to the point where you have forgotten, or maybe just haven't really applied time in being able to change your story? Being able to come home to your truth, being able to understand and embrace who you really are, going back to that Selkie, and taking that deep inward journey, listening to the calling of your soul, stepping away from, and that could be a part of this winter retreat as well, that by the winter you're ready to get quiet, step away from the crowds, all of the holiday brouhaha. You may decide this year, I need to just take some time and chill out. I want to just be with myself. I want to love up on myself. I want to have time to tell myself a story. Oh, that coffee's good. I love this for you. Now, you have a distraction. And I'm wondering if that doesn't have to do with when I just talked about the holidays, when Spirit reminded me of the holiday season that we're going into. So that can be distracting, because when we go into that mode very often, and because this distraction comes in Cancer. What's Cancer? Very much a sign around family, around obligations, around the home, around feeling, like you want to connect with those you love, family, friends, etc. But that can also be a distraction. And I think that is one place Spirit is cautioning you in this reading, pile number one, is to say, don't let yourself be distracted, because this full moon lunar eclipse for you all is really about this, your inner soul lighting up, being called by that drum, ready for it, ready to come out into the sun, ready to be seen, right? Really ready to be seen, ready to believe in your good luck, because it's you, ready to believe that the shoes that are falling from the sky, meaning the downloads that you get, the dreams that you have, the desires that you have, the manifestation work that you've been doing. Don't let yourself get distracted and pulled by too many other obligations or people, that it pulls you off of this tremendously powerful journey to your own awakening that's happening for you right now, coming home to yourself. and the moon calling you, attracting you. Lunar eclipse, this moon energy that's literally pulling at you. In Pisces, one of the most psychic signs in the astrology. You've got Saturn that comes as a planet. So this is, Saturn is the lord of karma. And it feels like this is you being rewarded for work that you've done. Oh my gosh. As I said that, I've just looked down, you all. Check out. Remember the description in this card, and it says, your inward journey, you'll be rewarded for the work. Woo! Saturn, you'll be rewarded for this work, pile number one. This work that you are doing to discover yourself, to answer the call, those repeating numbers, those angel numbers that Spirit's going to give you, that thunder drum, the call, even the shoes falling from the sky. That is the downloads from Spirit. Like, look at all this, all these indications that you are going to be getting tremendous blessings and input from Spirit. And you got to, they're saying don't get distracted so that you don't see the coin on the street or the feather that comes or the repeating number that is on your phone or what. Like, be in tune with that. That's the work you're doing. That's Saturn. And Saturn does bring you rewards for that work. And finally, you have an animal totem or spirit that will help you during this time. And yours came in the whale, which is awesome because of that watery energy, full moon in Pisces, right? And it says communication. Where did you have communication change your story? You are encouraged to communicate clearly from your heart. Bridge any gaps that are keeping you from connecting deeper with your loved ones. It is important to speak your truth with emotion, vulnerability, and power. And that's how you change your story. Let me hold those up together if you want to screenshot that. That's how you change your story, pile number one. Okay? This is really this lunar eclipse in Pisces is really helping you reconfigure who you have been in relationship to others, with who you truly authentically are, and celebrating that. Like, not just having a moment of realization, but feeling alive because of that thunder drum, the sun, that page of wands, like really coming alive and feeling passionate about your life because you realize who you really are. All right, that's citrine. Let that citrine shine on you. All right, pile number one, I hope that was helpful. I'm going to move that over and get ready to get to pile number two. Wow, that was so awesome. That was so awesome. All right, pile number two. Those of you who were drawn to the Labradorite. Let's see. Ooh, that puppy's heavy. All right, let's see what comes for you. This full moon in Pisces. Wow, you've got the King of Pentacles, looking regal, ready to handle your business. And you've got the Ace of Pearls, Cups, coming from the sea in this water element. So, what is new? A new way that you are handling or taking charge of the world around you. Feeling good in that, feeling a sense of accomplishment. Wow. Beautiful. Labradorite has all this powerful magic and that iridescence in it. It's like, it's watery, but it's also got that fire. And I love that there's all this gold around the King of Pentacles. Your treasure has been built because the king gets there because of how. So for many of you, it could be you're at a stage of life where you have built a lot for yourself. You've done a lot. You've accomplished a lot. And now with this full moon in Pisces, you're ready to dream bigger. The Ace of Cups, like what now you're ready to flow. You're ready to open up your heart to what could be next for you. Look, you've got strength that comes. All right, Leo energy, the sun, Strength that comes. So you've been tested. For me, I always relate to strength as also a card of character building, because it is when you have you've had to encounter and be challenged by things that could have overwhelmed you, but you found your way through it. You found your way beyond it. You stood up to that challenge and you did it with grace, because strength is not a card of aggression. Strength is a card of charm, strategy, gentleness. It's a way of showing strength through kindness even. And you have the Two of Pentacles. So here we go again with this Pentacles energy. This is you. This full moon in Pisces, pile number 2. There's a balancing or rebalancing that you are doing or going to do, ready to go, turn the page to the next chapter, between everything you know about yourself, what you have built, what you have accomplished, the comforts that you have or that you know that you need, this reassuring understanding that you have of yourself, this maturity that you have of yourself. And also, this feels for some of you like this is someone around you who either showed you, modeled for you what that's like. Someone who helped you understand home and finance and career and ambition and how to achieve, how to the value of things, and understanding what has value long term and then what doesn't. So that's the balancing, that Two of Pentacles, you being in partnership with this person, or being in partnership with yourself or with your spirit guides about assessing what really holds value for you and what you have built. And that is what sets you up between that Ace of Cups with the Strength card. That sets you up to meet this next challenging phase of life. And not challenging in a bad way. I feel like for some of you, it's like you're eager for the challenge. You're ready for the challenge. You're almost, I don't want to say bored, but you need stimulation. You're ready for something next. And as I said that, I just looked down and I saw this awe. A time of awe, a time of your life where literally it could be wandering into a forest or taking a trip or trying something new that leaves you in awe of the world around you. You need discovery. You need a sense of wonder. That's also why, because aces we know bring potential. Your ace came in cups, the potential to feel in awe of what is still available. The Strength card, what your next venture could be, that may seem big, may seem overwhelming, may seem like it's going to require too much time, energy, or even with these pentacles, too much money. Maybe you really want to travel and explore the world and be in awe of it, but you're also extremely budget conscious. And I got to make, this is just an example, theoretically. But so I got to make sure that I'm okay, but you're outwardly or inwardly, deep inwardly, I should say, you crave this stimulation. And so that Two of Pentacles helps you reach a balance. Maybe I can find this thing that is within my budget and I'm comfortable doing it. That's just an example. There is strength in doing nothing, so wait. What have you been forcing and how can you let go of the outcome? There's strength in doing nothing, so wait. Is there an evaluation that you need to have? Pile number 2. Is there an evaluation of sorts that you are undergoing or will undergo because of this full moon? Because the part of you that achieves is ready for that next, like you're ready, you're craving it. But there's something here as well that says there's strength. And notice 2 references now to strength. You've got the Strength Major Arcana, and then here in this oracle, there's strength in doing nothing. Wait. And I wonder too, if while you're waiting, pile number 2, there is a place for you somewhere outdoors where you get this feeling of awe at what is possible, what is still possible. Because remember, Pisces, this full moon Pisces is about dreaming the dreams. Pisces is about no limitations. Pisces is about imagination and full of possibilities, right? And it takes time to do that. It may require time by yourself to do that. You've got Taurus. Savor. So if you got still, you could savor. Savor what you have. Also noticing this Pentacles energy. Taurus being an earth sign. Taurus ruled by Venus. Taurus very attracted to good luxury. The finer things, fabrics, furniture, artwork, music, food, wine, or fine teas, any fine coffee. Like Taurus loves the finer things and recognizes the value in the finer things. That ties so well into this Pentacles energy that I'm seeing around you. But when it's saying, take that time to evaluate what really gives you the good life. What gives you the good life? What makes you feel like you're living the good life? And doggone if I didn't just look down, talk to a spirit. Look at that, walking in beauty. We just talked about that, Taurus. Walking in beauty. It's like you're ready, that awe that you got. It's like pile number 2, you are ready to just fall in love with the world around you. Fall in love with the material things, and material things in the most beautiful sense. Like, you are here, you're in this earth, you're flesh and bone. You deserve to enjoy the finer things, the velvet, the satin, the silk, the sunshine on your skin, the warmth of the water when you shower or bathe. Like, all of those things, the artwork on your walls, the pillows on your bed or on your sofa. Like, where is the beauty around you? And really being ready to indulge yourself in that with that Ace of Pearls or Ace of Cups. Indulge yourself in that. That for you, pile number 2, is a source of your strength. As wild as that may sound, that's what I'm getting. I'm done. Y'all, I swear by everything holy. If nothing else, Susan Lynn calls me the queen of ethics, and other friend, I am ethical. My best friend always says, I don't even know how to lie. I do not see these cards before I reveal them to you. And when I'm caught up in this phase of the reading, I can't look over here and get distracted. So I don't look until I'm ready to look. Check out what's here. You got that Taurus card. You got that walking in beauty tied to that Taurus energy. Bam. Look at that. Look at that. Okay? Know your worth. And it comes, what does it say? A new moon in Taurus. Here comes Taurus energy again. Now, some of you could be Taurus, sun, moon, or rising. You could have, or there is some really important placement of Taurus in your charts. But because you started out with this King of Pentacles energy and that Two of Pentacles, balancing and recalibrating what you have and what has value to you, that is surely what this full moon in Pisces is about for you all. Pile number 2. It is you recognizing the abundance that you have, the life that you have, what makes you comfortable in this life, the creature comforts, your ability to enjoy and travel for some of you into places that will put you in a state of awe so that you can really reignite your feelings of being engaged with the world. This is what builds your strength, the Strength Major Arcana, and that there's strength in doing nothing. It could be that you go somewhere for a retreat, or you go somewhere where you just sit still and meditate. It could be a meditation retreat. It could be something nature oriented, where it's not about you're going somewhere to hoop it up and party. Or you could mix it up. Maybe you hoop it up and party after a day of meditation, whatever. You know how that works. But there is strength that you gain from that. Okay? And You have toadstools, growth, this opportunity to grow, this time of life to grow in measurable ways that you will see around you. This is not just about inner growth and spiritual growth and psychic growth. That's not what's happening here for you, pile number 2. This is literal growth in what is around you that brings you beauty, in what is around you that brings you abundance, wealth, good health, things that actually help you enjoy, know your worth, know that you enjoy. You are entitled in the best way possible, highest vibration. You're entitled to live a beautiful life. I'm just wow, wow, wow. You have the mother of salt waters, passion, wild love. Open your heart and let love in. Now, I had to put my coffee down on that one. Let me put it over here. Because look, let's get back to that Ace of Cups that you got. And one of the things that Ace of Cups brings is the potential for love, the potential to feel loved, the potential to feel engaged. And you've got the mother of salt waters. Passion, wild love. Open your heart and let love in. Time at the water, talk about awe. If for some of you, depending on where you live or, the seasons that you're in or where you want to travel to, a destination near water could be really, really helpful for you. All right. You've got a firebird is called to soar. All right now. A firebird is called to soar. Really enjoying this life. Really indulging. And knowing your worth, pile number 2, to indulge. Like we started your reading, I felt Spirit gave me like this sense of accomplishment that many of you have. But what do you do with that? It's like, okay, I've got the pretty things, or I've got the, I did this, I reached this achievement, blah, blah, blah. But it gets to a point where, all right, it's almost like building a soul's resume. But, okay, fine, it all looks good on paper, but that doesn't mean you're feeling it. And this is you soaring. A firebird is called to soar. They want you to really engage, walking in beauty. Walking is active. Walking in beauty. They want you to engage. Spirit is saying this full moon in Pisces is going to have you dreaming the dreams and ready to manifest those dreams so that you are actively strengthening your connection to beauty, to abundance, to love, and love being a source of strength and beauty and abundance. You've got psychics. Some people are very gifted and they can see into the future. Some of you who were drawn to this number, pile number 2, you are psychic, right? Some of you could be psychic mediums and do mediumship as well. But what's really interesting about this is that because you are psychic or you are drawn to psychics, perhaps you have had readings with psychics and they will help you understand this pull that your soul is having towards living a more really indulgent life are the 2 words I literally just got. Indulgent life. And psychics are, it is a gift to be able to see that, but also to be comfortable with it. Because sometimes when you get a psychic, whether you are psychic, you get a psychic download, or you get a reading from a psychic, it almost gives you permission. It gives you that confirmation. Hey, I am worth it. I can relax a little bit and soar in the abundance of what I know I've worked so hard for. I can love again. I can open my heart and trust that I'm still going to be stable and I'm still going to be okay and I'm going to be taken care of. Your next card is allow. Whew, how all this is coming together for you. I love it. Allow. Let it all flow to you. Allow others to lead. Let go of control and expectations. Trust what is yours will always find you. You see that? Trust what is yours is always going to find you, pile number 2. All right? It's all, and that's again why I think you were drawn to this labradorite and all of its magical properties. Because full moon in Pisces is a time of magic. It is a time of imagination. It is a time of what's possible. And this allowing is you call it in by saying, I've made space for it. I'm open to it. I'm here for it. I'm ready. I'm ready for the growth. I'm ready for it to show up. I'm ready to see it all, do it all, enjoy it all. And look, you've got motivation with Aries energy. Like really, really ready for it. Notice, I loved her posture on this card and that sword, that spirit, that bird, the firebird, right? You see that? It's like you, pile number 2, your soul is ready. Your life is ready. Your body is ready. Your experience is ready to just show up and indulge. Have at it. That's literally what I just heard from Spirit. Have at it, they're saying. Go for it. Know your worth. Don't hesitate. Don't start to shrink back. Am I going to be okay if I do this? You know, if I invest in this, if I take a chance or a risk, if I love again, am I going to be okay? The answer is yes. But it is also because you have to have that mindset of yes. And I think that's where the psychic energy comes in. I pulled a gemstone and an animal spirit that will help you during this time. Your gemstone is turquoise. All right. So think about that. Look that up. Read up on it. Get some. All stones, all crystals have metaphysical and healing properties. All right. So they help the body health in some way, but they also have metaphysical, spiritual meanings as well. So check out some turquoise. You may already have some, you may have been drawn to some recently, but turquoise shows up as a stone that will help you during this time. And animal is the bobcat. Mystery. The bobcat teaches you that there is true power and strength. Here we go again with strength. There's true power and strength in silence and patience. Oh my God. In order to get what you want, you must be willing to plan, adapt, and above all, have the patience to see your dreams manifest. I'm going to hold that up so you can grab it if you want, screenshot it, and remember how well it goes with this earlier message that you got around being still. So there is a planning phase. This lunar eclipse, there's a planning phase for you, pile number 2, but the planning phase gives you the motivation to do it. And again, for some of you, this really does come down to a trip, a vacation of some sort, or a retreat, maybe a spiritual retreat of some sort. It could even be a retreat that you do with psychics or something along those lines. But there's something here where it really opens up your windows to more abundance and not just a sense of what you can achieve or what you have achieved, but it reveals the mystery of what's been waiting for you all along. What all of this hard work was really leading you to. The joys and abundance and luxuries and beauty that is both you reflecting your soul, but how it also shows up in the things that are around you and the things that are ready to come toward you. All right, pile number 2. I love that reading for you. I hope that it was helpful. I hope that it pinged you and it gave you some things to think about. And I'm feeling like some of you are going to need to rewatch it, once or twice to process, because that was a lot of information and a lot of potential in that reading. All right. All right. And finally, we're going to move on now to pile number 3. Those of you who were drawn to this really powerful and heavy chunk of spirit quartz. Let's put that over here to the side. And let's see what comes for you. All right. We have the Ace of Spears. That's the Ace of Swords. I'm pretty sure in this deck, spears is swords. All right. So, what's new? What are you thinking? What are you planning? With strength, no less. So ready to go for it. You're not shrinking back from it. It's almost like already this full moon in Pisces is gonna have you like, boom, bring the hammer down. I'm ready to make this decision. I'm ready to make this move. I'm ready to start this project. I'm ready to handle this relationship in whatever way that makes sense. Like, you're ready. Like, mind is, and for some of you, if you chose this, I'm being urged to remind you, wherever Mercury is in your chart, like check your energy with Mercury, because there is communication, and strong communication. If you are a writer, this is, you may feel really inspired to write or speak or blog, or if you, like me, you do videos, whatever. There's going to be a tremendous surge of energy and inspiration around you being able to communicate effectively. And lo and behold, you've got two aces that have come for you. You had this ace of swords, and now you've got the ace of pentacles. So really talk about starting a new chapter, which is what eclipses can often, they can bring endings, but those endings, it really is about not focusing on what's ending or how you have to change things. It's focusing on the potential and the opportunities for what's next. That ace of pentacles is like your money, your career, your home, your love life, your health, anything that shows up tangibly in your world. You're making some really sharp decisions and calls about how you want to move forward, and you are not afraid of it. Pile number 3, there is no fear in you right now. Or if there was, then that's the chapter, that the turning the page. That's what this full moon in Pisces is going to do for you, because lo and behold, you also have the death card, ruled by Scorpio, also a water sign like Pisces. And so it is this incredible transformation. And remembering, we just said, we owned up to the fact that, hey, the truth is the light. And the fact is that very often eclipses do bring endings. Lunar eclipse, which is what this one is about on September 7, is very often something that affects our internal world, right? Our deepest internal selves. And solar eclipses can very often impact what happens around us and the world around us outwardly. So internally, there's a shift that you've undergone, and or are in the process of undergoing. But as a result of that shift, I'm not doing it this way anymore. I am ready for this transformation, and the decision has been made. It is already putting things in motion, and you've got the strength to do it. You've got recognition. Now, what does that bring if not a recognition? A recognition that things cannot go on as they always have. Things cannot, you are not the same person as you were 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago. You're not. And so, but the recognition of that is, but okay, knowing that, how do I make the changes? And it feels like for some of you, that's a pattern that maybe you've been stuck in for a while, is I don't want to continue to do what I've always done. I do want something different for myself. I want something more. I'm ready for a shift. But like, how do I even do that? There's some clarity for you that's coming through this eclipse, where you're going to go, boom, this is how I'm going to do it. You've got the collective field is impacting you. Unseen forces are in action. How can you relinquish control of a situation that feels blocked? Man, now that's what we were just saying. That's what Spirit brought up a moment ago about, you've been doing things a certain way for a long time, and now you're really ready to change. You're ready to bring something to an end so that you can change it. But here it's being confirmed. Spirit is saying, part of what's happened, pile number 3, is you have really been impacted. The collective field is impacting you. So how much of your life and your decisions and your ability to dream, full moon in Pisces, your ability to dream, how much is that has been impacted by, well, what will they think? Or will I have the support to do it? Or who's going to be on board with it? Or am I asking too much, right? Or am I really capable of this? the unseen, is those forces in action. Now, those forces can also assist you. Let's look at this. That dragon's not there to harm her. She has to recognize that and not be frightened by, oh my gosh, look at what is standing here staring me in the eye. She has to not panic and reach out gently and say, oh my gosh, are you here to help me? That's what this collective energy field is speaking to, pile number 3. Are you ready to greet the unknown, the uncertain, the parts of you that may feel like you have to let go of control with that death? Coffee's good. It's about remembering full moon in Pisces, imagination, Neptune, what is possible. We're dreaming the biggest dream and being ready to put it in action with those thoughts, and thoughts become things. You have joy. Sagittarius energy shows up for you, pile number 3. Some of you may be Sagittarius, sun, moon, or rising, or have Sagittarius in your charts. Also remembering that it's ruled by Jupiter. So where is Jupiter? Growth, right? And expansion. Where is that in your charts? But it's this joy that's ready for you because you're ready to stop worrying too much about how the collective opinions can impact you, what people are going to say, what they're going to think, what, all of those things. Measuring, for some of you, this is about measuring yourself against others. Am I as good as they are? Can I do it as well? That imposter syndrome sometimes that we get. Nope. You're coming out of that. That's what this full moon in Pisces is. Now, you have some help that comes from your ancestral realm. I just looked down and saw that. The ancestors are here to help you. Thinking about the unseen forces. Flipping that to a positive note, the collective unseen forces in action, perhaps to help mitigate anybody or anything or any circumstance in your waking life that seems like it's been holding you back or not as supportive. And so those unseen forces in action are actually coming to help you. I love that. And also, I like that because thinking of the death card, sometimes the death can represent those that are the ancestral realm, those who have passed on. So pile number 3, you do have right now a very powerful ancestral connection that's coming through to help you make these decisions and choices and be ready to move forward in tangible ways that are going to show up in your life around your abundance, going back to that Jupiter influence in Sagittarius, abundance, but it's contingent on you feeling optimistic, you recognizing, going back to that recognition, you recognizing just how much is available to you. Release control. There we have it. There we have it. Because in this card as well, you had that message around control. How can you relinquish control of the situation that feels blocked? Through the help of your ancestors, clearly, number 1. Remembering who you are. If you know something about your lineage and what your lineage accomplished, or even if you want to imagine it, remember, Pisces is about the imagination. So even if you don't know a lot about your family line, make it up. Spend some time imagining the power of your ancestors, imagining that they have passed down to you the ability to face any challenge, to have the world bend things to your will, is what they just said to me. To bend things to your will, to bend reality to your will. And that, believe it or not, is not asserting your control. She doesn't assert her control over the dragon. She convinces through gentleness the dragon to want to cooperate with her. That's how you get it. That's how you get that manifestation. You've got the wolf spirit, and that's family. Now you just got those ancestors as well. All right, pile number 3. You getting that connection? You got the wolf spirit. So this is family. Family is very important for you during this lunation, during this full moon in Pisces, and what comes as a result of this lunar eclipse. But it could be as well, not just family that you are aware of. It could be family from generations ago, because there is this strong ancestral influence there. But the wolf spirit, so the sense of family, the sense of having a tribe, a wolf pack, knowing that you are not alone at this time in this endeavor to change, to have more. You've got ride the waves, life lessons and growth. You will get through this. Ride the waves, pile number 3. Ride the waves. Go with it. Go with it. And accept the change, releasing the control. What's that? I'm hearing the serenity prayer would be good for some of you, right? God grant me the serenity to accept things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. That's one way that you can ride the wave. You have when the weavers built the sun, the dream weavers. And that's literally, I will show you the decks at the end of the taping, but that's literally, this is the Dreamweaver's deck, because full moon in Pisces, weaving the dream, imagining the dream and then bringing it into reality. So bringing the very sun, the very source of life, into reality from the dreams, the weavers. Your family, the weavers, bring life. Whoa. Pile number 3. You come from a lineage of life givers. It could have been those who built homes, those who started businesses, those who created clothing or crafts or inventions or things. Because of that, I go back to that Ace of Pentacles. It's like a desire to make decisions that you like to see the results of something that you've applied yourself to. And this is ancestral for you, because there is success there. And there is an understanding of the sun, the weavers of the sun. It's about bringing life. You look, even I'm looking at all the birds that came overhead. And then the solidity of the formations there. It's like bringing life around you. Now, you have feeling trapped. There is always a way out of your difficulties. This goes back here to this blocking, unseen forces. Pile number 3. This going back to death. There is definitely a call here and a message here from your guides, your ancestors in particular, that are saying what has blocked you, it is coming to an end. But there is something that you also need to recognize about what allowed the block in the first place. And for some of you, what allowed the block was because you felt like you had to control the outcome, like it was all on you. Some of you are extremely responsible. Maybe you were given a lot of responsibility before you were ready for it. Some of you were. And so it's what having to, grab hold of everything. But it also blocked you because then it meant you couldn't rely on the people around you and the world around you to furnish you with the support that you needed. So that's riding the wave right now. It's saying, now it's time to let yourself go and ride the wave to a different way of thinking and doing it. It says celebrate love. Go into your next card. Celebrate love. Your relationships are a divine blessing. Cherish your loved ones and say, I love you often. Now, that doesn't have to be blood. Loved ones can be whomever. It can be your friend group, your faith circle, and your family, your bloodline, of course, always. Your children, your pets. Tell your pets I love you. But cultivating that energy. Living in that energy. Because what we focus on grows. And there's something here about, talk about removing these blocks and allowing yourself to ride the wave and get past what has kept you feeling trapped. There's always a way out of difficulties. And that too, my friends, is another lesson that we learn from the Strength card. There's always a way past what feels bigger than us or overwhelming to us or even frightening to us or too much to do. Doesn't even have to be, it could be a new business is not frightening, but man, does that require a lot, right? Something along a new relationship, man, right? So that's there's no need for you to hold yourself back. Sagittarius, Jupiter, expansion, optimism. It's going to turn out okay. And look, you have freedom, Pegasus. Freedom. The freedom to finally experience life in the way that your soul wants to experience it. That why you came here in this incarnation, to experience the freedom to really be who you are, and to know that your family, your ancestors, your tribe has your back. They have your back. They don't want you feeling trapped. That is such boom, here's your message from one state to another, from feeling trapped to being free. Right? That's what your guides and your ancestors want for you, pile number 3, is really to go and recognize the tremendous freedom that is available to you. And the way that you get it, first you have to recognize it. You have to talk to yourself, talk it through, claim it. I love you. I love life. I love myself. That's the decisive, saying it, speaking it, writing it down, communicating it, being ready for it, riding the wave. And you have gemstone that will help you right now is a tiger's eye. That fiery protection of a tiger's eye. All right? So if you don't already have some, you might want to look into it, research it. But tiger's eye will help you during this time. And the animal spirit that comes to help you during this time is the kangaroo. And it says a 9-month cycle is at play. Your current project will take 9 months to mature and benefit you. Commit fully to it. You have all the strength and stamina you need as long as you move forward and not backward. So I love this is being very clear. The guides are being clear. There's a 9-month period of gestation. And that for whatever your next step is, whatever really launches those aces, that ace of swords and that ace of pentacles, what launches your writing project that turns into a book or that turns into a blog, what launches your business plan that turns into the business, what launches your desire for a relationship that brings that person brings you in contact with that person, all of those areas of beginning. And it takes the time of gestation, and the cycle of this growth for you in this full moon in Pisces is 9 months, pile number 3. Okay? All right. I hope this was helpful. Man, did that feel powerful. And I would love to hear your feedback and your comments about it. And I wish you the absolute best. And you may even need to go back and watch it again, because there was a lot that came for you in that. All right, you all, as always, when I do the pick of cards, I'm going to, at the end, I tell you what decks I used in case you're interested for my readers out there. So we have the Oracle of the Universe. Hold it up. We have the Moonology Manifestation. There are several Moonology decks. This is the Manifestation deck. We have, it's a generic deck, but it's spirit animals. The Crystal Healing card deck. Alrighty. We have Denise Lynn's Nature Spirit. We have the Azure Oracle cards, the Power of Love. Alrighty. We have, what's next? The Cosmic Magic Oracle. Love that deck. It's got the magic, but also really good astrology deck as well. We've got the Fallback Oracle deck, the Cancerian channel. The Unshakable Inner Peace Oracle cards. The Dream Weavers Oracle. The Healing Waters Oracle. the Healing the Inner Child Oracle. And we have the Ocean Tarot deck. And we have the Sacred Forest Oracle. Alrighty. All right, you all, I wish you the absolute best with this full moon in Pisces and this lunar eclipse, prepping yourselves for the solar eclipse that we have coming later in September, solar eclipse in Virgo, right? So, and all of this aligning with the North Node in Pisces and South Node in Virgo that's been with us since January of this year. And it stays in, the energy stays in effect until July of 2026. So really, you all dig into learning the attributes of Pisces and Neptune and the influence of Neptune and what that means, what, more than just dreaming, but how do you bring dreams into reality? And that is something certainly that Virgo energy knows a whole heck of a lot about, right? Especially with its influence through Mercury, what we speak and how we speak things into existence, how we talk to ourselves and talk to others. So I really hope this reading has been helpful to you. I appreciate you so very, very much. And let me know what you thought. I would love to hear your feedback. All right. Take good care of yourselves. Bye.